You don't want to deep dive into cameras and settings and how these things work, but you do want to see the noticeable difference on the screen and understand from a visual perspective of looking at your screen what happens when you slide the exposure into the positive and when you slide it into the negative. I'm just gonna fly around right now because this, let's face it, it's beautiful. Oh my gosh, it looks beautiful. It just looks beautiful when, oh my gosh. I do hope you enjoy the footage straight out of the Mavic Mini. No adjustments except exposure. That's it. I hope the footage was a little appealing and shows you, and just in case you had any doubt, what this little piece of machinery can do. So right now my EV is at 0. That means my exposure value is at 0. If I didn't mention before, when you go in the minus, things get dark, right? You don't want it too dark because you'll notice that when you darken things up, you start to lose details on the ground. You can't see. Like, for example, look in the bottom left by where the map is. Do you see the cars moving on the street over there? So you can see them, but look what's going to happen if I bring my exposure out of the negative and bring it to 0. See, you can see the cars better at the bottom there in the street. Let's go into plus. Just, you know, look at the cars there. You can see even better. Look, as I go higher in the plus. Now you can really see the cars. I can actually see a guy crossing the street at the bottom left there by the map where the car's turning. I don't know if you can see that. But, I mean, that's what happens when you brighten things up. You can see more details, right? I hope that bird, I know I saw a bird. Please don't mess with me, bird. Another bird at the top of the screen. These birds better not mess with me. Please don't mess with me, because you guys will take little Mavic Mini out in a heartbeat. Okay, so with that being said, look at the sky now, right? So we can see images clearly on the ground, very clear and nice on the ground. But then look at the sky. Where's the puff? Where's the clouds that we had before? Now I'm gonna go from my exposure being +1, and I'm gonna bring it down back. Keep a look at the sky this time, right? I'm gonna bring it down into minus. Now you can see the poofs, the little poofiness in the clouds. See it? You can actually see the poofy clouds that are moving. I can see what looks like to be smoke at the back there coming out from there. So as I lower the exposure down, I can see more details in the sky, but then I lose the details on the ground. And then when I raise the exposure up, look at the sky to like +7, the details in the sky start to die, but the details on the ground start coming out. So it's all a matter of what do you want to be highlighting the most in your video. Do you want to be highlighting the sky? Do you want to be highlighting the ground? If you want to highlight the sky, then you go in the minus. If you want to highlight the ground, then you go in the plus, right? And there's trade-offs, right? And 0 is supposed to be, well, according to the camera, 0 is supposed to be a balance between having details in the sky and having details on the ground, right? It's not perfect on the sky, it's not perfect on the ground, but it's the, you know, a good balance between the two. So I'm saying you can just lock in at 0 over there. Are those birds after me? I'm gonna go up higher because I'm not willing to fight birds with Mavic Mini. It's just not the drone, and I'm definitely outnumbered over there. Okay, so we're gonna leave it at 0 and we're going to lock it. So look at the bottom right where it says EV 0.0. I will lock the right next to it. It's AE with a little padlock underneath there. Padlock, when last you heard that word. I'm going to hit that little button there and I'm going to lock the exposure. So that means that the camera will not make any more adjustments to compensate for dark areas and light areas. It will keep the settings locked on how I have it right now. Do like, hit subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever one works for you. Make sure you hit the bell icon so you get notified when I release more DJI Mavic Mini videos. As always, thanks to Autonomous Drone Services for providing us with this DJI Mavic Mini so we can review and make videos for you guys. With that being said, guys, I will see you when I can.
Thank you.